Hi guys, I am a freaking vampire. So I make another video, part of the series of videos. Um, just good for me, It's good for me to do like therapy videos and like just like video diary or whatever. Uh, yeah, lots and lots of vampire today. I basically spent the whole day, for the most part, mostly vampire, like practicing riding that two-person bicycle, so to speak. Just getting better. Kind of learned a few things, like how my anxiety and me just being the part of me that's just a regular dude, um, is very much susceptible to a lot of just regular dude things like feelings and like things that you would imagine it is not beneficial to the vampire. Like clearly, like the vampire's doing stuff. The dang vampire is magic, right? But it's like with me. It's like we're a team, right? It's like you know. So like it don't like it when I'm like being uh, all anxiety or like it does help me, and I'm learning today a few things like specifically based off of my learnings the last few days. Today I learned that when it's trying to get my attention, it causes my leg to feel pain, and like I realized like it does different things to get my attention at times, subtly, but specifically what I think is funny is when it starts giving me pain in my leg. Like it's like it's like such an asshole, because like I'll be fine walking or whatever, like nothing with my leg, and then suddenly it's like my leg hurts, and I'm like, God, am I just like a and then I start doing the so it's not like so like the vampire inside of me has trained me to practice like mentally, how do I say this, like focusing, um, so that I can, and I practice a lot and I'm getting better at it to where it's like I'm focusing on this thing and I mentally I imagine it's like uh, it's hard to explain. Basically I do that, the I transform into a higher level vampire, and the vampire starts just kind of like doing things, and I'm like suddenly like oh look at me so fast. It's like it's just like very obvious that I'm vampire mode or a vampire mode. The vampire's controlling my body. Um, we're doing it together. It's like a bicycle, like I said, uh, but yeah, you know, is it weird? It's very weird, and like there's still times when like for instance, I was surprised today. That's I'm not going to give any details, but there was someone who was just like, "Hey," and like I don't know like how I should say this, but they're like they were like, I follow you," or like we follow you or whatever. And it's just like I didn't really hear and I didn't really understand. And then like because it was like I was riding my bicycle, riding my bicycle or whatever, and like I guess the vampire part of me heard it, and like put the sentence together of like because it was hard to hear that person or whatever, and I was like, well, that's making me feel overwhelmed and like my brain like uh that feeling like and then the vampire inside of me is like, okay, you know what to do. Just say what I told you to say mentally. Just imagine a ball that you're chasing after. Become focused. Put all your energy into chasing that ball, so to speak, that orb, like a glowing orb, and let me take over, so that I'll fix this. And all my feel all that anxiety and like oh my gosh, and then it's gone. Uh, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but I don't know. Like I know that the vampire inside of me purposefully blocks things out, makes it easier. Like it's like having a it's like driving a it's like if you have a car that you're driving a smart car and the smart car like regulates things. It's that. It's just similar to that. It's like that'd be some of the good stuff. Some of the bad stuff is like I don't know. I'd honestly say there's not really many downsides specifically to being a vampire besides like I've got this like creature inside of me, and every like I'm talking about like from goods and bads of just being myself, and like I really do think I'm a special kind of vampire though, because like I don't drink blood, I don't do any of that crap, you know. Pray to God, pray to Jesus Christ. Like that's some stuff that you would not expect, but you know. So I'm like no real downsides. I can go out in the sun, all glowy glowy. I don't even get sunburned. I don't have to get sunburned if I don't want to. Like that's some crazy crap. So, but outside of all like the drawbacks from the societal perspective, like difficulty finding certain employment, whatever, like being weird and considered weird, you know. I'm talking about like the upsides of something that I can't change because it is overwhelming. Um, and I don't know if there's like a part of me that's like, I wish I wasn't a vampire. You know, maybe I'm just playing. There's a phrase called playing devil's advocate, where you're like, well, wouldn't it be nice if I could just like, you know? But I am grateful. I think that God, spirituality, supernatural stuff, magic stuff is a gift that I can't really comprehend. The like I realize that I've got like it's really strange. Like there's certain things I as a vampire or the vampire doesn't let me comprehend. Like for instance, I want to say, I just got one life. This is my one life I get to live, and at least it's interesting. But Who knows? And gosh darn, things are going pretty good. Started watching a new anime series called Inuyasha, or maybe I shouldn't. Wait, no, it's okay if I reference it. I was thinking about copyright stuff, just referencing. I think that's fine. Anyways, it's a good anime. Excited and I think the one thing that I'm having difficulty with right now, currently in my life, is just when people when the when people are like, I follow you like a random person, or we follow you like a random person, say that, or like a girl I like is like talking to me and she's like, hey, I did this for you, and like I like you so much, and I'm like all like my memories like blocked and like I'm like in denial, and like the vampire part of me is just like kind of laughing. It's just like then all of a sudden like a realization of like my life and what I'm doing, and like the fact that I've got a spiritual creature inside of me, and I'm not like making it, just being delusional specifically about that. I'm being delusional about other things, but and I'm just like all of a sudden super duper overwhelmed. My brain just goes I'm like like panic attack. So, you know, it's like the anxiety and panic attack goes like, but that's the one thing that I don't know if I'll ever like, and it's not like a super big deal or anything, because like, I can enjoy it for a few moments, the surprise of somebody, giving me that kind of, I don't know what the word is, like those kind of like special with it, someone's like really, really like, I don't know what the word is. The vampire part of me is messing with my mind a little bit. But it's like, it's very meaningful, very like, I can't even come up with the right word. But I feel that, and I think, to me, like I said, like I'm a two-person bicycle, right? Like there's the vampire inside of me and I'm me, right? So I, it's weird because like I feel like they're wanting to speak to the vampire, and they are like speaking to the vampire. The vampire hears it, and but like I'm there too. So it's like super awkward. I'm like, you know, 'cause, clearly I sound like a crazy person, but you know, so my brain does this like weird thing where it's like, why is this person talking to me? I'm just a regular Joe. And I realize like that the vampire can hear, and it's like, okay, I don't know. It's like we're one and the same though, the vampire and me. So there is this weird separation inside that I feel, um, and I know it's probably, it's like my brain trying to comprehend, gosh darn, spiritual magical stuff, and clearly my brain, you know it's like a bowl of jello, where one you got a bowl of jello, which is your body, and one part is green jello and the other part's red jello. And sometimes people want to talk to the red jello, and the green jello is jealous or it has a panic attack. It's like that's what my brain is trying to do. I don't know. do have a headache. I'm tired. But I feel pretty good. Today was a good day. Just worked. Went to the library. Went to the gym. Took a shower. That's all I did. Smelled really bad. So, anyways, appreciate y'all for watching. And talk to y'all later.